I'll be alright, Mrs. Naruhodo. After them! Go! Behind that door! In the storeroom! Hurry! It's Gina! From that moment, Windibank's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. As we say, welcome back, guys, to the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. 6:21 a.m. after the shootings. Oh, Iris! A telegram came, but all it said was, wait at home. Oh, yes, we asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back. When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Gina were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Runo? Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know. Something awful has happened, hasn't it? Yes, I'm afraid so. Let's tell her about the events at Windibank then. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windibank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning. Oh, yes, I had a feeling. You did? Well, I saw all of those police carriages pulling up outside his shop, so I knew something must have happened there. When we entered Windibank in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out onto the street and I chased after them, but they got away. So it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windibank, I suppose. I dunno, but that's not what the police believe at the moment. Oh, why not? They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina. Gina? But why? Well, the thing is... No, Gina wouldn't do something like that. I know. None of us think she did it. Then why have they arrested her? I'm sorry, there was nothing I could do. I'll tell you about Gina's arrest after we tell you about Sholmes. So where's Hurley then? Is he still there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals. I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to hospital this morning. What? Well, when we entered Windibank, a gun was fired and he took a bullet. Hurley was shot? No. It's all right. His life isn't in danger. Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital? He's at St. Sinus. They're tending to him there. I must see him at once. I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't. Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed. No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see. To operate? Oh, poor Hurley. It was the 2 thugs who were in Mr. Windibank's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them! Go! After that, I ran out into the street, but... well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry, it's my fault. I let them get away. I think that's a very good thing. Sorry? Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Bruno. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that. Oh, Iris. Let's talk about Susano's situation, because of course she's had to go off and meet Mel Strongheart, right? Where's Susie, Bruno? She's still at the police station. Or not. Oh, why? I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while. Why aren't you there then? Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Miss Susato stayed behind the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later. Ah, I see. Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early. You should have let me know, and I would have come to the station. Yeah, but no. Gina's arrest. I don't understand why they arrested Giddy. It's not fair. What about the two thugs who were at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they? No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris. Ah, this is also horrible. The thing is, Mr. Windibank was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside. I see. But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well. Oh no! And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards... Don't tell me. There was no one else in the room. Yes, exactly. How did you know? It's the only explanation. Yes, the only explanation indeed. What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well, what can I say? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment. But I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on. I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno. I can't stand just sitting around here waiting. I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder, but I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you could help me. Oh yes, I'd love to. Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed. And don't forget, we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation. Ah, I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. But I guess I can't really go, can I? At this juncture. Interestingly, I can still examine things. I guess this time we're examining them with a different person to talk to about them. It's spring at last and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Oh, how about some tea, Bruno? A flask. Thanks, Iris, but I'm all right for now. The green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover. It's basically the same dialogue, but a little bit different. If you're sure, you know I always have plenty whenever you're feeling thirsty. Alright. Let us move on. Though I could check this folder now, right? Oh, this looks like a telegram. It is, but you mustn't open it. Not under any circumstances. Alright, I won't. Now then, let's see. No, what did I just say? You mustn't open it. Don't worry, I won't. With this special concoction I've developed, I'll be able to see through the envelope without having to open it. No, that's not allowed either. Oh, but I'm sure it's something important. Little geniuses sure can be mischievous. And we can evade her. This is not the time. Do you know, I've never seen inside Miss Susato's room. I haven't so much as put my head around the door. Oh, Susie often invites me up. It's so much fun. Really? What's her room like? I can't tell you that. Oh. The young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Where have I heard that before? I suppose some things are the same the world over. I guess we should head over, though. Or head to where? We're going to investigate the scene. We could check out so many places at this point in time. Baker Street, Windibanks, Naruhodo's Leo Consultancy where we're at. We're supposed to go to the prison by the look of thing. And we should kind of check out everywhere just to see if anything's going on anywhere. In here, however, it does not look to be the case. His violin's back, at least. Now, this really is Mr. Sholmes' faithful performing partner, then. Stradivar, the Strappy Scar, the Scrappifarius? No, it's no good. It's gone. Virtuoso's violin that he found in a pawnbroker's and managed to buy for next to nothing. I hope Hurley gets well soon. I miss hearing his violin playing already. Oh, Iris, I'm sure he will. Doesn't seem to be much else for me to have a look at, really. Nothing's changed too much in the room. I guess let's look at the crime scene from the outside. There's still a Scotland Yard carriage outside Windibank's. I never imagined we'd be investigating a case so close to home. Poor Iris, she's very upset by all of this. I'm sorry, I was there. I should have done more. None of this is your fault, Runo. So please, don't apologize. But it's the criminals who are to blame for all of this. So let's investigate and work out how to catch them. Yes, you're right. Wondering if she's replaced the ammo of that thing. There really isn't too much for us to examine apart from that. Of course, we could look at Baker Street itself. Shall I head there, even though it's telling me to go to the prison? Right, something's taking place here because we've got a familiar scroll of a place and date. This is where it happened then. Last night. That's right. 2 thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables. But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance. No, you're right about that, actually. In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking. I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals all dressed in black. Oi, I heard that. Oh, Inspector. Good morning. I suppose I ought to thank you for your vigilance last night. We got to the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the 2 rogues get away, mind? Yes, I'm sorry about that. I thought you'd assigned extra men to the beat around here, Gregson. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty. I mean, there was way more police on duty then than there is now. Ah! Your ladyship! No one told me you were coming. I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care. Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital are tending to him as we speak. And I don't think it's Runo's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job. Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am, as you say. The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change. Oh, where are we manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice refreshing fruit juice? Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregson? I have some of my special herbal tea with me, if you'd like some. Ah, lovely. So very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't even recognize him like this. Hi, Gregson. So, how is the investigation going, Inspector? Nothing to it, really. Very simple case this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge that diver we arrested last night, in fact. Gina, you're going to charge her? That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow. Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me. Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid. Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you? What the? And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How could you? How? How could you possibly know that?
I had a feeling, that's all. Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you?
Well, yes, they were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat.
And Mr. Strad is being held at the prison.
She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course.
I probably should go visit her. I should probably visit her first. Whoops. Sholmes. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Sinners. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visiting at all.
Oh.
The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood.
Oh, no.
He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so. But a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down.
Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know.
Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They've got to stop that bleeding.
But he will be all right, won't he? They'll be able to make him better.
Of course, your ladyship. He'll be as right as rain before you know it.
Oh, really? How do you know?
How do I know? Well, because, of course... yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why.
We'd better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again. Oh dear. Please don't die, Hurley.
I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theatre.
Her ladyship. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector.
What? Out of it, sunshine?
Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris.
What's the source, Sonny? I'm a copper and we don't go in for favoritism.
But he's right. You do treat us differently.
It's because of those adventures of Sherlock Sholmes stories, that's why.
Oh.
I crop up in them, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's. What did you write about the inspector, Iris? I don't remember, really.
It was one of the Sholmes' lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yarders, is how he put it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what that one line did for me, eh? The very next month, my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell ya.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, because everyone at the yard reads them. They read all the Sherlock Sholmes stories. They've even set up a fan club for me.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time that you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? All it takes is one bad word from you and Sholmes would change his tune about me. Gregson? Nah, the great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, eh? The whole thing gives me the willies. Can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost to worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month when the new Rants magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
Ah, lovely. So very much. I really hit the spot, your ladyship.
Teetotal. Ha!
Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, what is it?
I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it up until now.
An important message? I wonder what it could be. Important message. Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector?
Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side. Your assistant.
This Susie, is she alright? She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe.
Nope, not anymore. She had to head off.
Head off? Where?
To Lord Strongart's office, of course. He summoned her.
Ah, yes, of course. I'd forgotten about that.
One of the Whipstocks took her there in a yard carriage after we finished questioning her. But she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey and to go and meet her there. She's got a nerve, using Scotland Yard as a blooming messaging service.
I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go see the Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me.
But I'd better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. Okay then. Nothing else to do here? Maybe some examining? Police are scouring every inch of this place by the look of it.
Instructions from the Yard to examine every article in the shop and every ledger and book of accounts.
Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely.
We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We're sifting through it all in shifts at least, but still. We're working through the night, that's for sure. And even then we'll barely have scratched the surface.
A crime in a pawnbroker's.
It must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know, a crime in a pawnbroker's. I take that as a yes. What has actually changed here apart from these guys?
Seemingly not a large amount. Ooh. Alright then, let's see what we can uncover.
Oi, what do you think you're doing, Sunshine? You can't touch anything in here.
Oh, but we were hoping to investigate.
It's a crime scene, for Pete's sake. No touching.
What's the problem, Gregsy? Bruno's a lawyer, you know that.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry, your ladyship, ever so sorry. The rules and regulations are a thorn in my side. Of course, if Mr. Naruhodo was to have been properly appointed by the accused, that'd be another matter.
The accused?
If you could show me some representation papers, I'd be only too happy to let you know who's around.
Did you hear that, Bruno? You need Gina to sign some representation papers.
Looks like presenting the detective here with the correct paperwork is the only way.
Okay then, so we found out that we need to leave.
So a new location has been added as well. Seems the hospital and the prison is highly to look at there. We've got the Lord Chief Justice office too. I think we should go to Gina though, right?
Gina even.
Stop making me go along with this, Iris.
Hello, Gina.
Wait, they let you have that?
Also, I could dodge in all this time. Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made.
I wish she wouldn't point it at me all the time, though.
What are you here for? Guinea. I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you. Well, you can't. Sorry. You heard? Get lost. Don't be like that, Guinea. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one. Oh. You ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I can lay my hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. But Guinea. I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one.
She couldn't be staring at me any more obviously if she tried.
Why are you being like this, Guinea?
Come on, you want representation? You want it to be me, right?
I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away? He wanted me to sign some papers, representation papers or something like that. It's all going to be rigged anyway, the whole trial. Don't pity on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? That's how it's always been for me, growing up in the back slums. Me whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, it'll get your mates dragged off by the coppers, or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. Been sold out and nearly snaffled on the back of it. Can't trust no one. That's the point. As soon as you do, you're gone to grass. Dead. Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could... Forget it. Ginny. Don't you trust Runo? Nah, don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone.
What happened?
What actually happened in that storeroom would be really nice to know. Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night at the pawnbrokers. There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest. Why, Ginny? Why would you do that? Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work. And half the time, you don't even get nothing. Is that really why you broke into the place? What? Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else? Oh, give it a rest. What would be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a blonde bit of difference. Please tell us, Ginny. We'll believe you, whatever it is. Believe me? Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have. But what do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies? What did you mean before, Gina, when you said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help. Sorry. We're out of time. They're going to want to question me now. Ginny, please. Oh, yeah. I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by. Photographic print of a really adorable cat. I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point me having it. I wonder what a little photograph like that was doing in a pocket of that overcoat. Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye. Oh, Ginny. The white cat photograph has been entered into the court record. She really doesn't want to speak anymore. I mean, I could try to present stuff to her, but I don't think anything's really going to help with that. What's on the back of this picture? Look on the back of this print here. There's something written on it. 30th of February, 9 p.m. Article deposited 1 small box. Loan amount paid 10 shillings. Redemption deadline 13th of April, 9 p.m. So this photographic print is a redemption ticket. 30th of February. That could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder on the omnibus, wasn't it? A small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, though, does it? You know, if Mr. McGill had still had the ticket, then presumably he never redeemed the article. So do you think the box might still be present somewhere in the shop? Ah, yes. There's something McGill had deposited. We need to investigate. The pawnbroker's ticket for a box. What was the date again? It's the 15th, right? 2 months later, which means it would have been put on sale. Shouldn't it? I'm just going to pop back to Windibank's. Is there a very obviously small box? I mean, there's a box that this police guy is blocking. There's a music box itself. There was the weird thing that we've seen, but we've already examined. There's a few small boxes over there. This looks interesting. But who's to say exactly what box we're after in this room? And it's probably in the storeroom. You may not have put it out for sale yet. But after 2 months, these objects go on sale, correct? So if that's the case, it should be somewhere in this room. rather than out that way. Wouldn't you say? Well, I guess we will end our episode here, with the crime scene not really having been checked out and a defendant not wanting representation at this point in time. Though we did get a little something as we now move around the rest of the place. Shall I go pick up Susato first? Expecting Sholmes to still be in surgery? Go to the Lord Chief Justice's office before going to maybe St. Sinner's Hospital, even though that's got the big exclamation mark. We'll sort out where to go next time on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. I'll see you guys then for more. Bye-bye.